guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. I'm feeling the holiday vibes. It's officially past Thanksgiving now. Burgundy sweater, and then I have a green eyeshadow look on today. I started listening to Christmas music on the radio the other day and I was feeling Feliz Navidad. Also, I'm officially loving this filming setup. I have windows in front of me right here, so I have excellent lighting and I freaking love the quality of this. I'm digging it. Let me know if you guys do as well. Today I'm going to be doing the long-awaited What Would Julie Do Part 3. If you guys haven't checked out the other two, I have Part 1 and Part 2 that I will link up above here. This is different than the Q&As that I do on my Instagram, and in case you guys don't follow me on Instagram, my handle is @jm_artistry, and on there I usually do probably like every other week Q&As, basically where you guys ask me questions about makeup artistry, makeup kit, product recommendations, technique recommendations, things like that. But these are a little bit different. So this is a What Would Julie Do? You guys submitted scenarios on my Instagram and I will answer them as in what would Julie do? Some of these scenarios I did read in advance and I feel like some of them are kind of far-fetched. I feel like it's probably about like a 1% chance that some of these things would ever happen. Hold on, my dogs are fighting. Oh my gosh, my dogs are so loud. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna go through the questions that you guys submitted on my Instagram. So the very first one says, an engagement client wanted the same look on wedding, but with the same price. To be totally honest, it's kind of up to you on that aspect. It's more so what you want to personally charge for your sessions. So for me, I actually charge the same amount for engagement sessions or other special event makeup as I do for the bridesmaids makeup. The brides are obviously much more expensive than that. Guys, stop. My dogs. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna lose it. That's what I get for filming out here and just wanting nice lighting. If I was in this situation and I did a bride's engagement makeup previously and she wanted to get her bridal makeup for the same price as the engagement makeup, I would tell her that my price is higher. She obviously would get a touch-up kit with it, personally with my services, which is obviously an expense that I have. Then I also have to spend time with her during the trial, which is up to 2 hours for me. And then I also have to show up on wedding day, which is also traveling as well. Literally a lot more is involved in the pricing of bridal makeup than it is just an engagement session where you just show up, do the makeup and leave. So I would just kind of explain the differences between why bridal makeup is more expensive, just so she kind of understands the price difference. Besides that, that's pretty much all you can do, but it is definitely up to you on pricing. Okay, the next question is, what would you do if the client just ignored you and left the makeup studio without paying you? I feel like this is probably those like 1% chances. I've never had a client not pay me for things. I take 50% ahead of time, no matter what the occasion is. So if it's a bridal, if it's an engagement session, if it's a special event, like I don't care what it is. If you're booking me, you're putting down 50% and that's what it is. So in case somebody does for some odd reason no call, no show me or something, at least I have some of the fee. But in case somebody, I guess, maybe for some reason like hates the makeup or something and doesn't pay me or something like that, then I would probably try to invoice them. But to be completely honest, like there's really nothing you can do about it. Next question is, the client has a condition that her eye is constantly watering, and as she touches the eye, the makeup keeps messing up. It's not her fault, but you're spending more time in the appointment than you thought, and the final result is not what you expected. And then they said, PS, this happened to me one time and I didn't know how to act. Okay, so there's actually a couple of different things that you guys can do when a client's eye waters. So number one, it's really weird, but you can actually have the client stick their tongue to the roof of their mouth and just hold it there. And for some odd reason, it gives them like mentally something to think about. If that doesn't work, you can have them tilt their head all the way back and then open their mouth all the way like this. And then have them just like sit there and breathe out of their mouth. It's really weird, but for some odd reason, it like stops the watering from happening. Just maybe stay as far away as you can just from like getting in the water line or something, because people are really sensitive in their waterline areas. And if for some odd reason they have like really sensitive eyes, you might want to ask them to do their mascara and their eyeliner. Sometimes people get a little bit more weird when somebody else touches their eye. Besides that though, if somebody has an actual chronic condition, you might just have to break out the tissues and just hope for the best. There's really no secret or anything, unfortunately. The next question is, the client grabs your makeup and starts applying it directly to their face. Truth is, if this ever happened to me, I would be extremely pissed. Like, I would not have any tolerance for this, to be completely honest. Like, all of my social graces would just be completely gone. I would probably be like super rude with this, because it's completely unacceptable to take something from somebody else and not ask their permission for it. It's extremely unhygienic too, because you literally just contaminated my entire kit. Like, I would be so pissed. I would honestly probably like yell at them a little bit, to be completely honest, but they should understand fully why you're yelling at them. The next question, ooh, this is a good one. It says, what celebrity or influencer would you love to do makeup on? So this is gonna seem really weird. So I don't really follow a lot of influencers. I would probably maybe choose a celebrity over an influencer. I don't know. I'm really in between like Jennifer Lopez because J-Lo is like super iconic, but I don't think I can ever compete with her makeup artist. So like I would have really high expectations because he's really freaking good. But then I also would love to do like Beyonce's makeup or something. That would probably be the two that I would probably pick. For my influencer pick, I would completely pick this girl on YouTube named Judy D. If you guys have not checked her stuff out, she literally goes to the worst rated makeup artists. And oh my gosh, just look at this shit. Like, I don't even understand what these people are doing, but it's horrendous. So I would love to give her a great makeup look. Next question is, what would you do if you had to restart your career elsewhere? That's a really good question. It's not a completely impossible thing to do, obviously, because I started here, you know, with my business 3 years ago, and I'm pretty successful now. But if I had to totally uproot my business and move it somewhere else, I feel like that would be like a backtracking situation for me. I would pretty much have to revert back to all of the techniques that I had when I first began here, because you're pretty much literally having to start your business over again. Your business is pretty much about who you know in the area and different referrals and references and everything, and your previous clients. But if you obviously don't have all of that, it's basically like starting a brand new business all over again. So you kind of have to revert back to that mindset. Oh, it's snowing. It's sunny, but it's snowing. I don't know what's happening. Okay, sorry guys, I got real distracted there. That was super weird. Now that we have this new coffee table, my dogs just think it's a toy and they just keep like running around it and around it and around it, and now they're underneath me. Guys, I'm trying to film a video. This one question made me kind of sad because like it truly is something that I think makeup artists actually have to deal with on an everyday basis, but it's just like a more negative side of the business. So it says, what would you do if nobody believes in you and they think that hiring you as their makeup artist is just a waste of money? And to be totally honest, I've had this happen to me before, but it was when I first started my career. Like I hardly have this happen to me now. Usually people just ghost me if they don't want to pay my prices, but my prices are actually publicly listed on my website. So if they're not willing to pay the price, they usually don't submit a form. When I was first beginning, I didn't publicly advertise my prices, and I started off pretty low. Like I started off like maybe at like $50 an application or something. Like it was pretty inexpensive. Keep in mind, when I started out as a freelancer, I already had worked for MAC. Like, I had 3 years of working for MAC, so I already had makeup artist experience. So when I went into freelancing, it wasn't like I was a newbie makeup artist that didn't know what I was doing. Like I had a pretty decent amount of skill set behind me. And I also had teamed up with professional photographers at that point in time just to do like styled shoots, and then posted those on my media pages. I didn't look like an amateur by any means, or at least I didn't think that I did. And I just feel like since I didn't have a lot of work to show for it at the time, since I couldn't take pictures when I worked at MAC, then it was really hard to tell people that I did have the experience that I did. So a lot of the times when people inquired with me about makeup artistry services, they were like, well, what experience do you have? And then I would tell them, but they're like, yeah, but your portfolio isn't that big, so would you take $40 instead of $50? I already feel like since $50 was really inexpensive anyways for makeup in my area, then when they asked for $40, it was just like a little bit of a blow to my ego. Do you know what I mean? And of course, I'm a lot better now, but I still didn't do bad when I first started off. It's like really hits your self-esteem in like a different way. It's like you feel like you're not good enough or something, and you feel like your services aren't worth it. And it's very hard to get past as an artist, I will tell you that. Just after a while though, when you start getting clients that want to pay your services and don't have an issue with it, then you kind of slowly just build clientele after a while. And eventually you start making a name for yourself, and then people don't ever haggle with you about your prices. You honestly just kind of have to build that reputation and that rapport with people after a while. And it's a slow process, like it really is. That's why I feel like when you're really, really new as a makeup artist, you need to stop comparing yourself to people that have been in the industry for a really long time, or people that have really successful businesses, because they've probably been doing it a lot longer than you have. So you have to build a reputation. Like we all started in the exact same place, and I think that people forget that sometimes. You definitely will find those clients that think you're worth it. Like they will pay your prices, and those are the clients that you really want. And the last one came in as a direct message. So it said, hey Julie, what would you do when a client has just had a tan and you're having a hard time matching them because they're super red? I had that happen on my first bride. It was very difficult for me. First of all, I'm really sorry that that happened to you for your first bridal experience, because honestly, that's a very hard thing to accomplish. I have had this happen to me multiple different times, because a lot of the times my bridal clients will self-tan somehow. So with this, this, you honestly kind of just have to match them as best as you can. I would probably maybe blend it like a little bit further down into their chest and everything. Like you can go all the way down their neck. Make sure you go around the base of their neck too, and then kind of go maybe like halfway into their chest or something and kind of blend it out a little bit. You can also use maybe like a little bit of like a green color corrector kind of like over their body a little bit. Don't use like a lot, but just something to like neutralize it. But to be completely honest, there's really not much you can do with this. I have the Face Atelier foundations and they have a red color adjuster. I will mix that red color adjuster in with my foundations to make them a little bit less yellow, so it'll be a little bit less apparent on them. But to be completely honest, like you're not gonna ever make a foundation like red because then it's gonna literally make them look like a tomato. There's not much you can unfortunately do with that, but I would just say basically just start blending down their body as much as you can. Obviously make sure that you know where the dress line hits so you don't like get it on their dress or anything. I usually will warn my brides ahead of time if they're trying to self-tan in an actual tanning bed to not go overboard. They don't want to be super red on their wedding day. So yeah, other than that though, it is what it is. And that wraps up part 3 of What Would Julie Do? I hope you guys really enjoyed these scenarios and me answering them for you. If you did enjoy the video, definitely go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, as well as also hitting that subscribe button down below. If you do enjoy makeup artist content and vlogs, definitely subscribe to the channel. As always, I hope you guys are having an absolutely amazing day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video. All right, bye.